Hey gang, Mocha Boy here, welcome back. Today we're going to be covering a technical GoLaLoon attack. So this was golems paired up with my heroes to disable one air defense, hogs to disable a second air defense, and then taking out the remainder with lava hounds and loons. So let's take a look at the base and go into some of the planning considerations here. Now this was an attack that we always knew was possible, but I definitely got the idea from Nightly Gaming Series, and if if you're looking for pretty awesome attacks and commentary, that's definitely one place to check. The game plan for this was to the game plan for this was to work on taking out this air defense and then this air defense, and then whatever was left, sending in hounds to take out, sending in hounds to tank this air defense as well as this air defense, and then just kind of push into the core after setting up guardrails here on the side so that they flowed right through. Now this was a pretty interesting attack for a couple of different reasons. A couple of the choices that I made, I've been noticing lately that giants are really good paired up with hogs, simply because when you're sending in hogs to take out a lure, one of those hogs is tanking for the other hogs. So if you're going to need a tank, you may as well send a tank. I mean, a giant has twice the amount of hit points as a hog, and there's no drop in DPS. The hogs can go in and do their job. So one giant is as good as it's a more efficient way of using hogs. And in this particular case, the hogs did double duty in that after the giant went down to tank those two guys, I released my hogs from here. They took out that air defense, that archer tower and that air defense, but then also managed to grab the lure. I walked the entire lure down to here, did a kamikaze balloon drop, and then after that, the next stage of the attack was to send in a golem plus my heroes. So actually BK and then AQ to focus on taking out that air defense as well as the archer queen. So when you're looking at this, the trigger range for the AQ is just extends inside this cannon. So I needed to punch through, take out this cannon, breach that trigger range, at which point she would take one shot at either the golem or the heroes, and they would immediately key on her to take her out. And as soon as she goes down, then the air defense goes down right next to her. So once that's all done, then it's a hound. Hang on. Once that's done, it's a hound here to tank that air defense, a hound here, and then just loon drops kind of strategically spread out around the base. And one of the tricks that I learned in pushing to champs is that when you drop loons in a couple of different strings, so 3 and 3, dropping one rage right here will pick both of them up and then allow them to kind of move through the base. So it's very handy for those spaced out deployments. And then once they all manage to take out those air defenses, then it's just a simple matter of plowing through that base. Now, with one of the interesting things that I did see, and this is one of those things, like these guys were really good at baiting certain types of attacks. They would leave their air defenses out, but then drop all of their air traps in the middle of the base to take out any cleanup troops, and that ended up actually happening with this base. This was a revisit on the base, but the first attack was only a ground attack. So we didn't know about the air bombs until they actually showed. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at that attack so you can see this all go down. Again, giant to tank for the hogs, 4 hogs to take out that archer tower. I was thinking about sending in 3, but they needed to survive long enough to dump out the CC, and we were seeing pretty standard stuff. Wiz, witch, few archers, mostly wizards. Once they're out, then it's just a barb walk, one archer to lure, anchor the lure, and then I like to bring about 7 or 8 barbarians to consolidate the crew. And once they go down, once I get them in a nice tight package, do my loon drop and then drop a few minions right after that. This was actually 2 loons. I because I wasn't sure how many of them I got, and it ended up working out though. Now these minions actually are doing double duty. They will set up one side of the funnel here so that I can send my heroes in to take out the archer queen. So as soon as those trash buildings go down, the heroes can go in, take out that cannon. Golem's tanking for them the entire time. But then once that archer queen jumps over the wall, you see the exclamation points. She takes one shot. BK goes in there, pop the ability. She goes down with a couple swings, and then the air defense is next. Now while that's happening, I started dropping my hounds and then loons, kind of strategically targeting specific defenses. I want them all to converge in the core at the same time, and that's pretty much the only way to do it, is to target specific defenses. But like I said, point defenses, air defenses, every single one of his air bombs in the core of the base absolutely decimated what was left of those balloons. And the hound should have taken them, but for some reason, who knows what he was doing. And then even after he pops, those fast point defenses will pretty much wipe out everything that's left. And at this point I start sweating because not sure exactly, the clock's running down, but thankfully the Archer Queen kind of took a stroll and was spared a lot of that DPS. And she was able to get in there and clean up for the 3-star. Pop the ability, Town Hall with 1 hit point goes down, and then the Wiz Tower goes down with it. So yeah, good fun. Definitely very happy that I moved my Archer Queen up to 30. BK's next stop is at 20, and then we'll see about taking him to 30 as well. But yeah, good fun. I mean, had a lot of fun on that attack, and hope you guys learned a couple of tricks there.